What is going on, guys? It is Project Fat here, owner of the Grid Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little insight on the team, especially right after the draft, after some of our free agent acquisitions. Kind of let you know what we did with our draft pieces as well as those free agents that we did add. Take a quick look at the offensive and defensive side of the ball. And then we'll also go key in on a few players that we brought in once again in the offseason that we're really, really excited about, that we feel like are going to really take this team to the next level. So as you can see here on the offensive side of the ball, we're going to go left to right on the offensive line. Ronnie Stanley stayed with the team. He's actually in the final year of his contract, so it'll definitely be performance-based whether we decide to bring him back before the end of the season going into next season. So it'll definitely be something that we're going to be looking out for. This guy here, Barrett, on the left guard position, he's one of our drafted players this year. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at him, Griffin Barrett. As you can see, he's got pretty good attributes all across the board here. And he did come in as a left guard. We drafted 2 left guards this draft, and we're going to move one of them to the right side of the offensive line. But as you can see, he's got pretty good strength. Pretty decent career coming out of a smaller school in Southern Illinois there. Not too many people talked about him, but he's young. He's a big guy, 316 pounds, 6'3". Like we said, he's a rookie. He has a lot to learn, and I think he has some of the right people around him to be able to teach him the ins and the outs of the offensive line. We're going to go to our center here, Jermaine Ifedi. He actually got moved from the left guard position inside to play center this year because of our rookie acquisitions from the draft. So we're actually really excited about this because we felt like the center position was really going to be a weak spot for us. But because we had such a good draft and we really feel confident in the guys that we brought in, we're going to move Ifedi inside for now just to see how this goes. First game of the preseason looked good for us early on. Like I said, they only played one quarter there, a couple of possessions there on the offensive side of the ball. But it looked really promising in that short amount of action that we had. Once again, he's still a young guy. He's only 27 years of age. He's 5 years in the league from Texas A&M. So we're really excited about being able to move him to anchor this offensive line at the center position. All right, and then the next guy is going to be Sidney Frazier. This is another guy, like we said, that we drafted this year. He's a rookie out of Iowa. We moved him from left guard to the right guard position, so he's not too out of sorts. Usually it's when you move those tackles around that they can definitely be in for something a little different, but we don't feel he's going to have to make too much of an adjustment here from the left side to the right side of the offensive line. And with Ifedi in the middle, anchoring these two guys, these two young guys, I think they're really going to be in a great spot this season. So a little work here for him. I think he's the weakest part of our offensive line at the moment, but we also think that he's going to be very, very effective for us this year, especially in the pass game. He's really going to help our young quarterback as well. All right, and then we're going to go here to Lane Johnson. He was one of our free agent acquisitions this year. So we brought him in for a couple of seasons. We're really excited about this as well because we were worried coming in that the right tackle would be an area of opportunity for us as well. But we were able to convince Lane to come and sign with us here in Baltimore. And like I said, he's a veteran guy. Him with Stanley on the left side there, great veteran guys that are really going to be able to help these younger guys. And I just think they're 2 really good tackles to have on any team. So we're very, very excited to have them both. Then we're going to go ahead and look at our tight end here, Jarrett Lake. As you can see, the guy's a monster as well. And one of the things that we're really excited about is he's actually a very big difference maker in the run game as well. Something we really focus on here in Baltimore is we need tight ends that can block. We don't necessarily they need to be able to catch the ball as well because we are going to use our tight ends. We're going to look for them in the passing game, but we need them to be able to block as well. And we feel like Jarrett Lake will be able to do that for us. So we're very, very excited about the ability that he is bringing to this team. And he's only in his 4th season here in the Grid. All right. Now we're going to go here. This was another free agent acquisition that we're very, very, very excited about in Allen Hurns. As you can see, he is getting up there in age. He's about to hit 30 years old. His speed is slowed a little bit, but he can still go up and make plays. He's standing at 6'3", 205 pounds. He's a humongous target and he can make humongous plays for us, and that's what we need right now. Is we do have a young quarterback, so we really need help with the offense, especially these wide receivers, to help that young quarterback. And I think Allen Hurns is a great piece. So between him and Lane Johnson, bringing in some veteran guys that have been in the league for a while that are going to help some of these young guys that we drafted that we feel like can be the future pieces for us here in this Baltimore Ravens organization. All right, and everyone knows this guy, Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback. He's always been a well-known player here in Baltimore. Same thing with him. We don't want him doing anything else but run blocking. He's going to be in there primarily in running situations. Obviously, he's not only going to be in there in running situations, because then that would give away the offensive game plan for us. But that's what he's here to do. Is he's here to help with the running game. And so far, he's been able to do that for us. Like I said, first preseason action, we were able to get into the end zone with our first team offense with Lamar Miller, who I'm going to talk about here in a minute. So great job by these guys, and Kyle Juszczyk. I think he's heading into his final season as well. So with him getting up there in age once again, it'll definitely be performance-based, and we'll kind of see what he brings to the team this season. All right, and here is our young guy, Terrell Winey. Again, 6'6", 234 pounds, out of USC. Third year in the league, and the guy has tremendous ability. He's not really a fast quarterback. He can scramble. He's smart with the football. He's not going to make poor decisions. He's really going to read the defense, and so far he's been able to do that once again in that first game. A couple of offensive possessions, but he looked really good. He completed all 4 of his passes that he attempted, and that's what we want out of this guy. We just want him to take care of the football. We don't want him turning it over. Turnovers are going to be huge for us this year, making sure we're minimizing them, especially for this young quarterback, as this offense has a good mixture of young and veteran players. So all those guys are definitely going to need to help Winey, but I think he's definitely got the ability, and he's definitely the QB of the future for us here in Baltimore. All right, we just talked about him a second ago slightly. Lamar Miller, another one of our free agent acquisitions. We really went for veterans in the free agency market this year, like I said, because we knew we were going to be bringing in a pretty extensive draft class this year, and we needed some of the older guys to start grooming them to get them ready for the next season or two ahead of us. And Lamar Miller, like I said, I think he still has it. I was very surprised. Not only did he call us, but he decided to join the team, and he's going to be a tremendous leader for this guy right here, Tremaine Maley, who also has tremendous ability. He's an all-around back. He can do just about anything. The only thing that he can't do that Lamar Miller can do is catch the ball out of the backfield. He's not as good at catching the ball out of the backfield as Lamar Miller was, which is why we wanted to bring Lamar Miller in. Lamar Miller, as of right now, is going to be getting the starting nod over Maley, but that doesn't mean that that's where it's going to be at the end of the season. All right, and our slot guy, Alani Guyton. Very excited about him as well. He didn't see too much action. We ran a lot of 2 wide receiver sets in the first preseason game. We're very excited about this guy as well. He's got really good size, 6'1", 208 pounds. Also very young, but he is in his 5th year, so he has some seasons behind him. He's had some games played, but he has tremendous ability all across the board. So we're very excited about this guy playing in the slot. Next, we've got Brashad Perriman. This is the guy that's going to take the top off of any defense in the league. I don't think there's a corner in the grid that can keep up with this guy. So we can definitely do a lot with that. He isn't just a guy that runs straight routes. That's all he can do. He's got decent route running. He can run anything you ask him to do. He's willing to do whatever he needs to do. He's even willing to block in the run game. He doesn't care. Whatever it takes to win. And Brashad Perriman is a very big number 1 wide receiver. Like I said, he's got that speed, but he can also run some pretty good routes as well. So that's going to be one of the reasons why we brought Allen Hurns in, was to help him develop and learn to kind of catch the ball before he begins to run, because it's something he can tend to do is, start running upfield before he's completed the catch, and he tends to drop some passes as well. So that's something that we brought Hurns in for, because Hurns is a short-handed guy. All he wants to do is get the catch before he starts running after that catch. All right, let's take a quick look at the defensive side of the ball. You're going to see a lot of young guys here, especially in the secondary. We're going to start here with the free safety, Dion Woods. Only 27 years old, 5'10", pretty decent speed. He can get all over the field. He reminds me a little bit of like a Troy Polamalu in a way. Decent hit power. He's not afraid to get up in the face of any receivers coming at him, especially running backs. He loves that opportunity to tackle those running backs, especially the bigger ones, because he feels like he can do it. At 5'10", 201 pounds, he's definitely, like I said, not afraid to get in the middle of some tackle battles there with whomever it may be. He's not afraid of anyone. All right, one of our free agent acquisitions on the left side of the linebacking core is Michael Kendricks. We really feel like he's got a great he's really good in the run. We're not going to utilize him too much to rush the quarterback. We feel like our defensive line is going to be able to do that without bringing too much added pressure. But Kendricks has some pretty good speed to the outside to get to the running lanes, maybe cut those guys back inside into the other tacklers as well. So we're really excited about bringing in Michael Kendricks. Once again, another veteran guy. Our defense, again, another good mixture of veteran and young guys within the team. But Kendricks is a very good complementary piece to this guy here. He's the leader of the defense, hands down. C.J. Mosley out of Alabama. This is his 8th season, still only 29 years old. 6'2", 235 pounds. Like I said, he's the leader on the defense. He makes the calls on the defense. He tells everyone where to be, what the plays are going to be, whatever it is. C.J. Mosley does it. He's the guy. He has great, tremendous ability. He blows up every single play, every single time, whether he's making the tackle or he's eating up the blocks so his other guys can get there. Like I said, this guy's a true leader, and we're very, very excited to have him leading this defensive team. And then another free agent acquisition, Levante David. As you can see, he's definitely lost a little bit of a step. He's not He's not as fast as he once used to be, as he is going into his 10th season here in the league. But he has great recognition on the field, and you don't need speed to be able to be in the right place. So that's why we really were willing to take an opportunity on him, and he has some more leadership as well. If it wasn't for C.J. Mosley, this guy could very well be the leader on the defense. But this is Mosley's team. He was very understanding of that coming in, and he had never at one point in time argued it. He actually embraced it. I think he likes the opportunity to kind of take the backseat, let somebody else lead the team, and he's willing to step in and help mentor that guy if need be as well. All right, to the other side of the safety position, we got Steven Kaysen, another young guy, only in his 2nd season, but this guy is a burner. He is a ball hawk playing center field. He can get anywhere, anytime, and he's just a very exciting player. Not only is he's quick, but he's big. He's the same just as the other safety. These guys are not afraid to get into the face of anyone, make any sort of tackle. They're not scared. They're not going to run away. They're going to go downhill on you as well. This secondary is very, very similar to the Legion of Boom, as you once remember. So we are looking to create something similar to that, as there was success for that Legion of Boom in the past. So we're trying to create something like that here. And this guy, like I said, has tremendous speed. It's absolutely insane for a guy his size to be able to move that quickly. But he's able to hit very, very hard as well. All right, into the cornerback position, Tavon Young. Again, 27 years old, entering his 6th season. He's not your prototypical number 2 corner, but he does find himself to be in the right positions at the right time, which is what we really like about this guy. Whatever you ask him to do, he's willing to do. He's not afraid. He just wants to win football games, and that's what we plan on doing here in Baltimore. And Tavon Young is going to be a very, very big part of that if we plan to go into the playoffs, as well as potentially far into the playoffs. All right, Enrique Pollard. This is probably one of my favorite players on this defensive side of the ball. And this is one of the big reasons why, like I said earlier, why we're not going to utilize our linebackers to rush too much on the quarterback, because this is one of the guys that I really think is going to be able to get to the quarterback and get to the quarterback often. His 3rd year out of Texas A&M. He's got great size as well, 6'4", just under 300 pounds. the guy's a monster, man. He's able to shed the offensive linemen as quickly as they are able to snap the football. So I really see this guy to be potentially a league leader in sacks or close to it. He'll definitely be in the top 5 by the end of the season. And he has some great leadership on the other side of the line, which we'll go ahead and talk about here in just a moment. All right, and one of our other pickups here in free agency was Justin Ellis. He's just great at stopping the run, which is what we really, really look for in our defensive tackles. We don't expect them to get to the quarterback too often. They will here and there, but primarily we want them to be able to stuff the middle of the line for that run game, so they have to bump it outside. And with those linebackers being able to have that play recognition, there's not going to be too much running room for any offense that we go up against. So we're very, very excited that Justin Ellis was willing to join the team, and we're very excited for the potential that he could have here in Baltimore. All right, Michael Brocker is another big guy, man. It's same thing. He's got great ability. We just want him to be able to stop the run as well. Him and Justin Ellis, I think, are going to do a great job of doing so. They're both very big guys, very smart, have been doing this for a long time. And their main concern is, they're not necessarily going to get off blocks all the time, because they are bigger guys, but they're going to push you into the backfield and really make it difficult for that running back to get running lanes up the middle of the field. And those two guys, like I said, very, very excited about having them both. They're really big plugs in the middle of the field. All right, and here's the guy that's really going to help Pollard. Jason Pierre-Paul, he's been one of the best pass rushers in the league for a long, long time. Same thing, he's getting up there in age, about to be 33 years old, but he has tremendous ability still, in my opinion. And I think that he's just really going to help this defensive line grow, especially Enrique Pollard, who's still a young guy. He's really going to help him develop into a future superstar for not just this team, but the league itself. And last but not least, our number 1 overall pick here in this year's draft. We picked him at number 5. Number 5 pick, Calvin Rutledge out of USC. He comes and joins his one of his old friends here in Baltimore. And we are so excited to have this guy. It was difficult. There was a few different guys we were looking at. But after just the overall body of work, Calvin Rutledge has had one of the best college resumes that we saw. And his size is undeniable, 6'1", 214 pounds, and he's so light-footed as well, and he's able to glide across the field, which is tremendous, which is what we really, really like about this guy. And once again, he's getting smarter and smarter every single day, every single practice. He's picking up on more of the plays and just how to read the offense. How to read the offense, and it's really showing in his play, not only in the games, but in practice as well against his fellow offensive teammates. So like I said, we're very excited about this guy. He has tremendous ability, and I think that he has a very, very good chance of winning Rookie Defensive Player of the Year this year in the AFC.